Hey everybody, it's Hussein Kabani, your favorite broker. All right, so we're here to tell you some stories. One of these stories that really stuck with me is obviously around COVID. So COVID is something that we didn't expect to kick in. It's very interesting. So I was been working on this listing. It's a very nice listing, very nice property. And we had everything set to go. We're doing staging the next day. And the Ford government basically decides to shut everything down. Understandably so. I didn't want my client to go through all of these expenses and have their house on the market when I felt like maybe something's not going to work out for us and maybe we can kind of see how this goes and then carry forward if we felt it was the right decision. I called my client right away. Even after I've put in all of this work to prepare everything and get it going, I still called him. I want to be very diligent with them, and I just told him, hey, listen, I don't know if you guys heard about the news, but they're going to shut down everything tomorrow. I'm not sure if you guys want to carry on with this. We haven't staged the property yet. There hasn't been any big expenses, not any massive expenses yet. So maybe what we want to do is just kind of hold off and see where this thing goes. I think the clients took what I told them seriously. They talked about it amongst themselves. They called me back and said, hey, listen, we feel confident enough that we want to move forward with this. Okay, great. I let my stager know that, hey, these guys still want to move forward. Next day, we had the property staged. Then a discussion came up about open houses. There was a certain point in the pandemic that basically even off of realtor.ca, the open house option was removed. As a realtor, if I have a listing, I can go on the system and I can upload that I have an open house and it would show to the public. Saturday and Sunday, there's an open house on this property between 2 and 4. They didn't have an option of uploading a virtual open house yet or anything else like that. I was pretty much doing these things already before that. So I had an idea of how we can navigate this. What ends up happening is my client is very insistent that we should do an open house, and an open house is definitely going to generate interest in the property, which is going to lead to an offer ultimately. When I sign a listing agreement, I basically have to do the best thing for my client, and I got to act on the way that they want me to behave, even if I don't agree with it. That's one of the things about signing an agreement with a realtor. I have to behave the way they want me to behave, basically, even if I didn't agree with it. What ends up happening is that the discussion came up about open house, and I'm like, I don't think we should be really having people run around your house right now with everything that's going on right now. We should kind of lay back and see what happens with this thing. They really want this open house because they really believe in it. The problem becomes is that the listing is in Pickering. I feel like I am a well-known person in Pickering that sells houses, and I have these great big open house signs. I have to do what my client wants, and I don't want my name out there that Hussein Kabani is doing open houses in the middle of a pandemic. What we did was this. I didn't upload the open house dates into realtor.ca because I just told them like ethically it just doesn't look right. And then what I did was that instead of using my traditional open house signs, I actually had new open house signs created that basically just said exclusive open house. And I basically put in that we're doing this safely, there's going to be social distancing, and there's going to be a questionnaire. I put all of this on a sign. So we went around, we put up these signs. Also, what we did was we never actually entered the house while there was nobody in the house. We actually sat in the car, gloves on, masks on, sanitizer in hand, and we actually had a very long form that we had every client fill out. And the client that would want to come into the property would have to show us their ID. We'd take a copy of their ID. We need all their contact information. We wanted to text message them, questionnaire that they would have to write back. We wanted everything to be noted that this is what we've done, this is who we've interacted with. We had everything in place. We sat on the driveway. An hour goes by, hour and a half goes by. You know how many people we had? 0. No one showed up. This is just a way that we had to kind of appease a client and still kind of have the open house available for anyone that wanted to come out, but it never really worked out. This is one of the extreme stories of 2020. I'm sure there's gonna be more in the coming year because I don't think this is going away anytime soon. This is a story about something that we had to do that's out of the norm, and it was just weird. It's just been a weird time. All right, guys, hope you guys enjoyed this little short story. Stay tuned for the rest of them, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Until then, remember one thing, get Kabani, get sold.
Sell it, sell it, sell it, sell it, sell it, sold. Sell it, sell it, sell it, sell it, sold. Sell it, sell it, sell it, sell it, sell it, sold. Sell it, sell it, sell it, sell it, sold.